Hi guys, we're halfway through the year. It's time to talk about my favourite albums of the year so far. So man, what a year it's been. What a year it's been like for the last 3 or 4 years. It's been amazing for rock and metal. It really has. I mean, really hard to keep up. I've made a bit of a decision a little while ago to slow down a little bit. And I will do that, carry on doing that, to not give myself so much music to listen to. But man, I tell you what, this year so far, it just keeps getting better and better. I think, obviously COVID that year, 2020, was a difficult year for music and, albums being delayed. But since then, it's been absolutely mental. The quality of music has been amazing. So we're here. I've got 15 albums, and there's loads of great albums as well, just outside of the 15 that I toyed with being on this list. But these are the ones that make me really want to reach down to the volume button and just turn up as soon as the songs come on. And that is the main focus behind it. What one makes me want to go, oh man, I want to listen to that one. So yeah, there was a massive list, miles more than 15. I'm here to talk about my favourite albums of the year so far, from 15 to 1. So at number 15, Takida, The Agony Flame. This album came out on February the 9th. This is a Swedish rock band, their 10th studio album, and the first time I'd heard them. Dark, emotional, melodic. The vocals of Robert Peterson are just amazing. They soothe your soul, they really do. Some standout tracks on this are Third Strike, Your Blood Awaits You is so emotional. Second Fiddle, that closes this album off. It's such a somber, really interesting track. I try to do for fans of, so you get what these bands are all about. This is a difficult one with Takida, but I think a slightly less heavy Evergrey is about the closest thing I can come, and they are amazing. Number 14, Judas Priest, Invincible Shield. This will obviously top a lot of rock and metal lists. And believe me, I've become more of a Judas Priest fan later on in life. This album is amazing. All these albums that have made my list are obviously amazing. So if you're thinking, this is quite low down on the list, this is a brilliant list of albums. So this came out on March the 8th, the 19th studio album from this British heavy metal band. Very heavy all the way through, melodic, to the point. Rob Halford is on fire on this album. Richie Faulkner on the guitar. I think he did most of the guitar work for this album, and it's an amazing bit of guitar work by him. Some standout tracks are Panic Attack. This is Painkiller-esque for sure. Giants in the Sky is very epic, and I love Trial by Fire. Number 13, Crypt Sermon and the Stygian Rose. This came out on June the 14th. It's the band's third studio album. It's an American metal band, bit doomy as well. Concept album, 6 tracks, 44 minutes. Yeah, it's a mixture of epic doom, classic metal as well at the same time. This is the album I think that will probably grow further up the list than most albums, because I need to listen to this album more. I've heard it 3 or 4 times, and each time it just blows me away, and it's getting more and more interesting the more times I listen. Very dark, atmospheric, technically brilliant. All songs are great. For fans of, I would say, Sabbath, Spirit Adrift, but the main band I would say they remind me of is Savatage. I mean, this almost sounds like something that would become in between Hall of the Mountain King and Gutter Ballet. It's really a very cool album. Moving on to number 12, Maverick and Silver Tongue. This album came out on the 21st of June, so relatively new, this one. The 5th album from this Irish rock band. Very melodic, heavy, infectious grooves throughout. Definitely a step up from Ethereality, not just in production but songwriting as well. Maybe their best album actually. Check out Puppet Show, the opener. Even Fall is a brilliant song, and Time is absolutely amazing. A modern rock band with some 80s influence. Number 11, Evergrey, Theories of Emptiness. This is the 14th studio album from this Swedish progressive metal band. This album came out on June the 7th. But I say the progressive metal band, it's not prog as you know it. It's very heavy, it's very melodic, melancholy. Tom England's vocals, man, just amazing throughout this. One of the highlights, obviously, on this album. Jonas Ekdahl, he left the band now, but he's on this. This is his last album with the band. They got a new drummer, I believe, but man, this is a great album. Falling from the Sun is a brilliant opener. I love Misfortune. Say is such a brilliant track. At number 10, These Wicked Rivers and Force of Nature. This is the second album from this British rock band. This came out on March the 1st. Southern sort of edge to this band. They're not just straightforward rock. They've got a real cool southern edge to them for fans of Skynyrd, Clutch, Blackberry Smoke. I'm seeing this band this month coming, Made of Stone Festival. Sort of very influenced by 70s rock. They do rock out, but they've got some brilliant heartfelt, emotional ballads across this album as well. My favourite tracks, When the War Is Won, Don't Pray For Me, The Riverboat Man is absolutely amazing. Check it out. Number 9, Witherfall and Sounds of the Forgotten. This album came out on the 31st of May. American prog metal band. It's their 4th album. Man, this band sounds like they're out there on their own. They sound like no other band, but they've got little bits of injection of, say, Nevermore, Crimson Glory, but they're really hard to pinpoint. They're an amazing band. Technically brilliant, really heavy at times, very melodic though. Lots of singles were brought out during the whole year leading up to this album, even the year before, I believe. But They Will Let You Down, the frenetic opener. Where Do I Begin? Just an amazing ballad. What Have You Done is a prog masterpiece. Number 8, Project Arcadia of Sins and Other Tales. This is the 3rd album from this Bulgarian metal band. It came out on January the 30th. I think it's the oldest album on my list, the earliest release. One of the most amazing vocal performances of the year across this by Debis Artigas. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. Such an amazing performance by him. Epic, complex at times, so melodic. Some of my favourite tracks are Rusty Cage, the opener. The Hourglass is just Savatage-esque ballad. It's just brilliant. And then there's a 4-part set of songs that are brilliant. You've got Envy, Pride, Greed and Anger. They are just superb. Number 7, Collateral, Should Have Known Better. This is the 2nd album from this British rock band. What you get on this, apart from brilliant songs and hooks, is the variety across these songs is such a brilliant listen. Pop hooks, heavy riffs, makes for a great listen. It's quite a short album, but that just makes it flies by, and it just makes it such an interesting listen as well. Check out the brilliant Glass Sky, the anthemic opener. Original Criminal is amazing. On the Long Road, a heartfelt ballad. This is for fans of like classic Bon Jovi, White Snake. There's a little bit of heat in there. It's such an amazing album. Number 6, Florence Black and Bed of Nails. This is the 2nd album from this Welsh rock stroke metal band. This is a 3-piece band, and man, they're really making waves in the rock world. They really are. This is such a heavy album at times. You've got the rocking Start Again. You've got the heavy, riffy Bed of Nails. You've got the ultra catchy single Warning Sign. For fans of Alice in Chains, Black Stone Cherry, amazing album. At number 5, Junkyard Drive and Look At Me Now. This is the 4th album from this Danish rock band. Energetic, high octane, heavy rock, stomping tracks throughout. I love the vocalist Christian Johansson. He just does an amazing job on this. I've always said he could be the next Skid Row singer. That's what his range is absolutely amazing. There's been loads of lineup changes for this album, but no lack of quality whatsoever across it. Shoot from the Hip, man, what a single that was. Blood Red Sky is amazing, very dark sort of song. Saw You Hanging There is one brilliant ballad. At number 4, Remedy and Pleasure Beats the Pain. This is the second album from this Swedish melodic hard rock band. This competes with the best bands in that Scandi scene for sure. You know, the Heats, the Eclipses of this world. This was produced by Eric Martinson, this album, so it sounds amazing. Listen to Crying Heart, Sin for Me, Caught by Death, anthemic melodic rock. Let me move to my top 3, and man, the quality, I mean, it is throughout these, but the quality on these top 3 are just like, they're quite interchangeable. I don't know, they could end up above each other, I don't know, by the end of the year. But at number 3, we've got Striker and Ultra Power. This is the 7th album from this Canadian metal band. Every album, their early stuff was more thrashy, I suppose. Now they've got a real cool 80s influence, sort of American metal about them as well. Little bits of progressive metal as well going through them, but high energy, such brilliant songwriting, man. Addictive set of songs. Circle of Evil, Best of the Best of the Best is an amazing song. Give It All is just outstanding. And you've got Thunderdome. But man, the list goes on. What an amazing album by Striker. Number 2, Nesta and Teenage Rebel. This is the second album from this Swedish AOR melodic rock band. Man, I mean, I don't know. This could go up. This could go up and be my number 1. But at the moment, it sits at number 2. And I was thinking, you know, what a brilliant debut it was from Nesta a few years back. And could they match the debut? Man, of course they could. They even upped it even more. Hooks galore. Such an addictive listen, this band are. Victorious, Caroline, the brilliant Addicted to Your Love. I love this album. What an amazing album by Nesta. And at number 1, we have Blacktop Mojo and Pollen. I'm just hooked on this album, man. This is the 5th album from this American rock band. Such an addictive listen from beginning to end. And variety throughout as well, but every song just gets me. There's such an emotional feel across this album as well. Matt James giving the most soulful, powerful vocal performance I've heard in years. The End Is Gonna Come is just a brilliant opener. Red Enough, the first single, is just addictive as you like. Born to Lose is amazing, and it finishes with such an emotional song like Wild Horses at the end of the album that is just from beginning to end. Guys, I love this album. It's become a staple on my listens this year. Okay guys, that's it for the half year roundup. That's my top 15 albums from this year. Of course, we've got loads and loads to come, so it's going to be really difficult to round up. I don't know if I'm going to do a 30 at the end of the year. More than likely, I think I did a 30 last year. But tell me your favourite albums of the year so far. You don't have to do like a top 15. You could do a 10, a 5, it doesn't matter. Just tell me what your favourites are for the year so far. That's it for this one, guys. I'll see you soon.